I wish summer were here. It is here because this is baseball. I'm Paul Goodwin and welcome to the Laws of Time All-Time Tournament. All teams invited, 1871 to present day, over 3,000 teams, over 20,000 games played. Each team electronically plays a 7-game series against their opposition. We choose one game from each of the 12 rounds and we manually play that game. That is the game you will hear today. The winner of this game also won the 7-game series. Today we have the visiting Homestead Grays from the Negro Leagues, 1943, playing here in Boston and Fenway Park in 1913. The Grays, their batters are ranked in the top 19% all time. The pitchers in the top 97%, and the team as a whole top 89%. The Red Sox, both batters and pitchers are ranked in the top 61%, and the team as a whole in the top 64%. In real life, the Red Sox that year finished 4th out of 8 teams. They were 79 and 71. The umpires today: at third base, Bertie Hart; second base, Billy Evans; first base, Bill Dineen; and behind the dish, Tommy Connolly. Fenway Park in Boston, down the left field line, 321, to center field, 488, and the right field line, 314. For the visiting Grays, the lineup, well, first the uniform. Grays wearing their gray uniforms with the blue grays across the chest. Leading off will be the left fielder Jerry Benjamin. Batting second, second baseman Matthew Carlisle. Third, catcher Josh Gibson. Fourth, first baseman Buck Leonard. Fifth, third baseman Howard Easterling. Sixth, center fielder James Cool Papa Bell. Seventh, shortstop Judd Wilson. Eighth, right fielder Sam Bankhead. And ninth, right-handed pitching John Wright. For the hometown Red Sox, wearing white caps and white shirts with the red pinstripe, there's no insignia on the uniform. Leading off for them will be first baseman Clyde Ingle. Second, third baseman Larry Gardner. Third, left fielder Harry Hooper. Fourth, the center fielder Tris Speaker. Fifth, right fielder Duffy Lewis. Sixth, second baseman Steve Yerkes. Seventh, the catcher Bill Kerrigan. Eighth, the shortstop Heine Wagner. And ninth, left-handed pitching Dutch Leonard. Leonard takes the hill. He's 21 years old, 14 and 17 on the year. Strikeouts and base on balls per 9 innings, 5/3. He had an ERA of 2.40, normalized 3.51. Batting against Leonard, batters hit 255 and their H5 was 2. That's normalized to 260 and 12. And leading off for the Homestead Grays, be switch hitting Jerry Benjamin, 33 years old, 367 and 3, 330 and 8. Let's play some baseball. Leonard looks into Kerrigan. And here's the pitch. Swung on a high pop fly into right field. Yerkes going out, Lewis coming in. The ball bounces in between all three of them, and Ingles there too. And the runner will be safe at first base. Benjamin safe at first base on what I guess is going to be a single. And that is the first at bat in the all-time tournament, as it plopped in as if dropped from a stork, an egg from a stork. And the tournament is on. Next batter will be the right-handed hitting Matthew Carlisle. Carlisle during the season batted .276 and he had 2 home runs per 590 at-bats. We call that an H5. And then we normalize the numbers to put him in a normal season. Those normalized numbers he carries throughout time. So he's 246 and 6. So it looks like we're dropping about 30 points off the batting average for the 43 Homestead Grays. Here's the pitch. And there's a slow bounder to second base. Yerkes has it over to second for 1, and that'll be all. It's a slow grounder, and they won't have time to get Carlisle running to first base. So 1 out, still 1 on, here in the top of the first inning. And the right-handed hitting Josh Gibson steps to the plate. Gibson had his finest season ever. Even for him, this was ridiculous. He batted 486. 486 and 39 home runs every 590 at-bats. An on-base percentage of .510. Normalized, that's a .449 batting average and 52 H5. Carlisle is not a threat to go. And I mean, why would you? Leonard gets the sign from Kerrigan. Here's the pitch to Gibson. There's a shot down the first base line. Engel can't handle it, and Gibson's going to be safe at first as Carlisle goes to second. And now the Homestead Grays have runners at first and second with one out here in the top of the first. Red Sox setup, Hooper in left, then Speaker and Lewis, and in the infield from third to first, Gardner, Wagner, Yerkes, and Engel, and Kerrigan behind the plate. Here's the left-handed batting Buck Leonard. Leonard 295 and 12, 262 and 26. He had an on-base percentage of .330. Leonard facing Leonard. Dutch Leonard looks into Kerrigan. Here's the pitch to Buck Leonard. There's a deep drive to left field. No one's going to get a hold of this one. That's going to be up against the wall. Carlisle will score. Gibson rounds third. He will score. And Buck Leonard pulls into second base with a stand-up double. And the 1943 Homestead Grays have drawn first blood here and have scored the first runs of the all-time tournament. Howard Easterling will be a right-handed batting switch hitter. 359 and 6 equates to 322 and 15. His on-base percentage is .380. One out, two runs in here in the top of the first inning. Leonard looks in against Easterling. On deck is James Cool Papa Bell, followed by Judd Wilson in the hold. Here's the pitch to Easterling. Gets by the pitcher, up the middle for a base hit. Buck Leonard rounding third. He will score easily, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Only one down, and James Cool Papa Bell steps to the plate. Bell also a switch hitter. Batted .320 and 0, an on-base percentage of .360, and that equates to .285 and 0. 40 years old. He steps in, switch hitter, batting right-handed against the left-handed throwing Dutch Leonard. And here's the pitch to Bell. Swing! That's strike 3. 2 men are down. And the batter will be the left-handed hitting Judd Wilson. Wilson 279 and 0. And that equates to .248 and 0. 3 runs in already for the Grays. They're trying to rub it in with Buck Leonard on second. 2 outs. The records indicate that Judd Wilson is 47 years old. Here's the pitch to the 47-year-old Wilson. There's a slow bounder to shortstop. Wagner has it over to Engel. And the side is retired, but not before the Grays pick up 3 runs in the top of the first on 4 hits and no errors. And at the end of a half an inning, the Grays lead it 3-0. We go to the bottom of the first, and the Red Sox will send up Clyde Engel, Larry Gardner, and Harry Hooper. They'll be facing the right-handed throwing John Wright. He was 14-4 that year. Per 9 innings, 5 Ks over 2 walks, 26 years old. He had an actual ERA of 2.30, and that equates to an ERA of 3.89. The Grays from left to right, Benjamin, Bell, and Bankhead. Killer Bees in the outfield. And the infield from left to right, Easterling, Wilson, Carlisle, and Leonard behind the plate, Josh Gibson. Wright looks in. Here's the pitch to Engel. And there's a deep drive to center field, left center field. Bell on his horse. He reaches out. He makes the catch. James Cool Papa Bell. Stretched out like Gumby on that one. The 40-year-old James Cool Papa Bell. Bell's 6 feet tall, 155. Really reached out, made the catch right near the warning track, and retires Clyde Engel, who can't believe it, looking back, saying, "What in the world was that?" So there's 1 out, and the left-handed hitting Larry Gardner steps to the plate. 281 and 0. That equates to 253 and 0. 27-year-old. And with 1 down, here's the pitch to Gardner. Bounded back to the box. Wright has it over the first base, and 2 men are down. Kind of like the way they say Gardner here, East Coast. Gardner, Gardner. That brings up the left-handed hitting Harry Hooper. 288 and 4 equates to 259-23. And right, rocks and throws. There's a line drive, center field, crisp base hit for Harry Hooper. Boston Red Sox have their first hit. That brings up the left-handed hitting Tris Speaker, the Gray Eagle, standing in at 5'11" and 193 pounds. And here's the pitch to Speaker, tight inside, ball 4. And there's 2 runners on for Boston. Hooper on second, Speaker on first for the right-handed batting Duffy Lewis. 298 and 0, 268 and 0. And here's the pitch to Lewis. There's a line drive to right field. Bankhead coming on. He's not going to get it. He scoops it up. Hooper rounding third. He's coming home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Not in time. And the Red Sox drawing blood here in the bottom of the first inning. A 3-1 ball game as Duffy Lewis drives in the first run. That will bring up Steve Yerkes. Yerkes, 25 years old. 267 and 1, 240 and 3. On base percentage of 340. A 3-run Grays lead, but the Red Sox have runners on first and third. First 2 Sox got out, and then it was single walk single, and now they're in business. Right from the stretch, now delivers. There's a fly ball to center field. Bell has a beat on it, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the second, and Grays will send up the bottom of the order. Number 8 hitter Sam Bankhead, followed by pitcher John Wright, and then the top of the order Jerry Benjamin. Bankhead 257 and 3. That equates to 229 and 8. And here's the pitch to Bankhead, golfed at and driven out in the left field for a base hit. That ball was way outside and low. He went out and got it and somehow pulled it over to left field. So Bankhead's on first base with nobody down. And the batter will be the pitcher, John Wright. Wright, 26 years old, right-handed pitcher, 5'11", 172. Born in 1916 in New Orleans. He played for Toledo, Newark, and Homestead, of course. In 10 seasons in the Negro Leagues, he compiled a winning percentage of .596. It's 28-19, 3.52 ERA, and his nickname is Needle Nose. Now, I'm looking at him right now, and I'm just going to remain silent on that. No outs, Bankhead on first. Dutch Leonard has been in trouble the whole game. Looks into the right-handed batting right, who I would think would be up here as a sacrifice. And here's the pitch. Yes, he sacrifices down the third base line, scooped up, barehanded over to first in time to get the speedy right, and Bankhead's on second base with 1 out. Larry Gardner made a very athletic play on that, coming in full steam and scooped it up in one motion, flipped over to Engel for the out. Nice play. And once again, Leonard will face the switch-hitting Benjamin. Benjamin led off the tournament with a bloop single to right in the first inning. Bankhead at second, very good speed. Leonard spies Bankhead at second. Here's the pitch. There's a deep drive to center field. It's not going to be that deep. Tris Speaker under it. And there's 2 away. And the batter will be Matthew Carlisle. Carlisle grounded out to a fielder's choice and would later score in the first. Leonard from the stretch rocks and throws outside ball 4. Carlisle goes down to first base. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. Leonard just can't seem to get his timing down today. But that sets the table for Josh Gibson. 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the second, and Gibson can put this one, well, it's still early, but With a tater here, it could be out of reach. Here's the pitch to Gibson. Swung on it. Missed strike 3. Dutch Leonard gets himself out of the inning. Then we go to the bottom of the second. Homestead leads 3-1. The Red Sox will send up the bottom of the order. Bill Kerrigan, Heine Wagner, and the pitcher, Dutch Leonard. Kerrigan, a right-handed batter, 242 and 0, and 218 and 0 on base percentage of 320. Right looks in, and here's the pitch to Kerrigan. Swung on it, missed strike 3, 1 away. That will bring up the right-handed hitting Heine Wagner. Wagner 227 and 3, 204 and 14. It doesn't look like Red Sox hitting just cannot compete with the Grays. But if you look at the bullpens, get a different story. So they're going to have to play chip away here if they can and try and get something going. Right looks in. Here's the pitch to Wagner. It's a bounding ball back to the box to his left. Right's got it. He flips to first, and 2 men are down. And that brings up pitcher Dutch Leonard. Leonard is a pretty good hitting pitcher. He's a rookie this year. His best season will be next year. He had the second lowest ERA ever, and the lowest ERA in the 20th century at 0.96. Leonard also has a reputation of not getting along with people, especially umpires. He had a tiff, I guess you could call it, or more than a tiff, with Cobb and his teammate Speaker. Later on, when they were both managers, Cobb and Speaker were managers, and he ended up accusing both of them of conspiring to throw a game in which he was a part of. He had retired by this time. And Kennesaw Mountain Landis, the commissioner at the time, did not feel there was enough evidence, especially since Leonard would not show up at his office. And why would he? He's a very successful farmer. In fact, he made millions. Anyway, here's Dutch Leonard. 2 outs, no one on. Right delivers a check swing back to the pitcher's mound, over to first, and the side retires. 1-2-3. After 2 full Homestead Grays of 1943-3 and the 1913 Boston Red Sox 1. Top of the second, still 3-1, and Dutch Leonard will face middle of the lineup, Buck Leonard, Easterling, and Cool Papa Bell. Leonard facing Leonard. Leonard's a wild today. Buck Leonard had a batting average against major leaguers of 382 in exhibition games. His Negro League lifetime average was 320. He is a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, standing at 5'10", 185 pounds from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Dutch to Buck. There's a ground ball. And no! Cut off by Yerkes. Yerkes spins around, throws over to first in time as Leonard was covering along with Engel. That looked like a sure base hit. Yerkes dove to his left, spun around to his left, about a 270-degree turn, and then Engel and Leonard had converged at first base. Leonard caught the ball and slid before Leonard could get to first base. 1 out, no one on for Howard Easterling. Easterling doubled in 2 runs in the first. The crowd still buzzing by that play. Yerkes. Here's the pitch to Easterling. There's a ground ball to second base. This one's a little easier. Over to first. 2 men are down. Here's Cool Papa Bell. Here's the pitch to Bell. Swung on, driven into right field, base hit, and the Grays will have speed on the bases with 2 outs. Jed Wilson steps to the plate. 2 down and 1 on. Bell, always a threat to go, even at the age of 40, takes his lead, held on by Engel at first. Here's the pitch to Wilson. There goes Bell. Here's the throw. They got him! Cool Papa Bell thrown out at trying to steal second base, and that's going to be all for the Grays in the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. And after 2.5, it's 3-1 Homestead. The Sox will send up the top of the order. Engel, Gardner, and Hooper. Engel's 0 for 1. fly it out to center in the first. John Wright looks in, and here's the pitch to Engel. Shot down the first base line. Leonard's got it. He runs over to first base, 1 away. And here comes the left-handed batting Larry Gardner, 0 for 1 today. Bottom of the third, Red Sox trail 3-1, nobody on. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Gardner. High chopper to short down to third base. Easterling's got it. Bare hands over to first. In time, he got it. What a play by Easterling. That was a high chopper. I thought he was going to beat it out. But Easterling charged, barehanded it, and scooped over to first base. And Leonard with the stretch in time to get the runner. So with 2 down, that will bring up Harry Hooper. Hooper singled in the first. And Wright, working from the windup, rocks and throws as a drive out to right field for a base hit. Hooper on first, another single. 2 men are down, last of the third, and the batter will be Tris Speaker. Hooper, he can be a threat to steal. Speaker again, 363 and 3, 331 and 14. Gray Eagle, they call it. Born in 1888 in Hubbard, Texas. A man's man, loved to fish, hunt. Plays a very shallow center field, I've noticed that. 345 lifetime average. That's not too bad. Most career doubles ever, 792. Had odd jobs in college. Worked as a telegraph lineman. So if you're a Glenn Campbell fan, lineman of the county, lineman from the county. Forgot the name of this song. He's also a cowboy. Lineman for the county. There we go. He is a natural right-handed person, but he broke his arm when he was young twice, his right arm twice, and he became left-handed. So good for baseball, I guess. 1 on, 2 out, bottom of the third. Here's the pitch to Speaker. There's a ground ball to second base. Carlisle has it over to first in time, and the side is retired. For the Red Sox in the third, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And 1 runner left on. We go to the fourth. And the Grays will send up bottom of the order, Judd Wilson, Bankhead, and Wright. Dutch Leonard has calmed down considerably since that disastrous first inning when the Grays scored 3 runs. Here's Wilson, who was batting when Cool Papa was thrown out, trying to steal second base. And Leonard rocks and throws, swung on and missed on the outside corner, 1 away. Sam Bankhead steps up. Bankhead singled in the second. And here's the pitch to Bankhead. There's a drive out to center field. Speaker waiting under it. 2 men are down. And that'll bring up the pitcher, John Wright. Wright, an okay hitting pitcher. Can't take it for granted. You're going to get a strikeout. They'll put the ball in play. And with 2 outs, Leonard deals to Wright. There's a ground ball to second base. Over to first in time. And the side is retired. For the Grays in the top of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on. We go to the bottom of the fourth, the Homestead Grays 3 and the Boston Red Sox 1. For the Red Sox, it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 spots. Lewis, Yerkes, and Kerrigan. Wright looks in and deals. High pop fly. Wilson and Carlisle converge. Carlisle calls him off the second baseman, and he makes the catch. First out. Now Steve Yerkes. 0 for 1, he flies to center. Here's the pitch to Yerkes. There's a shot down the left field line. Benjamin's not going to get this one. He's rounding first, going into second. Here's the throw. He's going to be in there sliding with a double. And here come the Red Sox. Bill Kerrigan batting. He struck out on second. Yerkes on second. 1 out. In the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That would have been a ball. That was low. A low fastball. He went for it. 2 men are down. Heine Wagner will be the batter. He's 0 for 1. Wright gets the sign from Gibson. Spies Yerkes back at second. Here's the pitch. Blooped out to right field. Bank hit is going to be under it. And the side retires. For the Red Sox, no runs, 1 hit, a double. No errors, 1 runner left on. We go to the 5th inning. 3-1, Homestead. It'll be the top of the order for Homestead. Benjamin, Carlisle, and Gibson. Benjamin's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. Benjamin, 367 and 3, 330 and 6. Dutch Leonard, batting average against 255 and 2, and that equates to 260 and 12. Here's the pitch to Benjamin. A high chopper to shortstop, scooped up by Wagner, over to first in time. First batter's down, Jerry Benjamin. And it'll be Matthew Carlisle, 0 for 1 with a walk. Gray's trying to find a way to add on to the lead. Here's the pitch from Leonard. There's a ground ball to the left side, under the glove of Gardner, into left field for a base hit. And Matthew Carlisle trying to get a rally going here for the Homestead Grays, trying to get some insurance runs. Carlisle held on at first very loosely by England. As with 1 out, 1 on, Josh Gibson steps to the plate. Homestead leads 3-1. Leonard from the stretch, and here's the pitch to Gibson. Swung on, base hit to right field. Get by Lewis. It went under his glove, and it looks like Carlisle will come all the way around to score, and that's going to be a triple for Josh Gibson. Josh Gibson hit a bullet, and I mean a bullet to right field. Lewis was on his horse and just barely went under his glove. The ball rolled all the way to the wall. Gibson, a fine athlete, he can play outfield also, not just catcher, drives in, and now the Homestead Grays have a 3-run lead, 4-1. Next batter is the left-handed batting Buck Leonard. The black Lou Gehrig with a runner on third, first base open. Do you put him on? Well, that'll be kind of hard to do because after Leonard is Howard Easterling. Easterling's numbers 322 and 15, followed by Cool Pop at 285 and 0. Those are the normalized numbers. Leonard versus Leonard again. Dutch Leonard pacing around the mound, squeezing the ball, trying to come up with some way to get out of this jam. 1 out. Well, they're going to pitch to him. Easterling does not bounce into too many double plays, so that wouldn't be a player either. Leonard. Gibson on third with only 1 out. Throw over to third base. They got him! Josh Gibson is picked off of third base. Dutch Leonard, the lefty, spun around and fired over to Gardner, who put the tag on Gibson. They got him. Oh my goodness. 2 men are down, nobody on, and that changes everything. Fans here going wild. Why not? A fortuitous turn of events. All that was going on, Red Sox Smokey Joe Wood got up in the Red Sox bullpen, started tossing. And he gets in. There's the pitch to Leonard. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Wagner's got it. Taps his glove over to first, and the side has retired. For the Grays in the 5th. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. The 1943 Homestead Grays 4, and the 1913 Boston Red Sox 1. Coming in to pinch hit for Dutch Leonard will be Wally Ray. R-E-G-H. I believe the German pronunciation is Ray. I don't. We'll call him Wally Ray. 277 and 0, 249 and 0. You know, fans, one of the first things you notice when you walk into Fenway in 1913 is there's no upper decks. It's just all one level. Well, John Wright has pitched a wonderful game so far. He's scattered 4 hits in 4 innings. Here's the pitch to Ray. There's a ground ball to the left side. Carlisle over, and he makes the play. He just dove and caught the ball, flipped over to Leonard. One away. We go to the top of the order now with Engel and Gardner. Engel is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, bounces. Engel will take first base. Engel on first, 1 out. And the batter will be Larry Gardner. Gardner is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Gardner. There's a high fly ball to left field. Benjamin has room, about 10 feet in front of the warning track. 2 men are down. Engel's on first with 2 outs, and Harry Hooper steps to the plate. Would not be surprised if they send him here. Hooper has 2 hits on the day, both singles. Engel held by Leonard. Here's the pitch. A check swing down to third base. Easterling's got it over to first in time, and the side retires. That ball came inside to Hooper, and he kind of jerked back like he wanted to get out of the way, and then at the last second decided to swing, and it just kind of weakly went down to the third baseline. We'll go to the 6th. 4-1, Homestead. In to pitch the 6th for the Red Sox will be Smokey Joe Wood, 23-year-old. He's 11 and 5 on the season. Strikeouts and walks per 9, 8 over 4. He got an ERA of 2.29 and normalized to 3.34. Opponents batted .232 against him with 2 home runs per 590 at-bats, and that equates to 238 and 12. He'll face the 5, 6, and 7 spots for the Homestead Grays: Easterling, Bell, and Wilson. Easterling batting from the left side of the plate the first time today. And here's the pitch. It's swung on, hit out to left field, and a nice catch by Harry Hooper. Hooper came in and dove, and his mitt just above the grass, picked the ball off, and 1 away. And the batter will be Cool Papa Bell. Bell 1 for 2, caught stealing once also. Top of the 6th, Grays lead 4-1, none on, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Bell. Ground ball to second base. Yerkes off his chest, recovers, and then throws to first for the out. 2 men are down. And that will bring up Judd Wilson, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Wilson. There's a ground ball to second base. Yerkes has it. Throws to first, and the side retires. No runs, hits, or errors. No one left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1. Last of the 6th, and the Red Sox will send up Speaker, Lewis, and Yerkes. 4, 5, and 6 spots. Speaker is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Speaker. Popped up. Deep center field. Deeper than I thought. Against the wall is Bell, and he makes another fine catch. James Cool Papa Bell, at the age of 40, went back for that one. Man, that had me completely fooled. Up against the wall, and he makes a nice catch. Even the crowd here in Boston appreciates it. Here's Duffy Lewis, 1 for 2 with a single. 1 out, none on in the bottom of the 6th. And here's the pitch from right. Golfed into center field. Nice catch again by James Cool Papa Bell. And you can see a sigh of relief on the face of John Wright. That had base hit all over it. And if Bell misses that, Lewis is going to run for days with that outfield. 2 men are down. And the batter will be Steve Yerkes. Yerkes 0 for 2. Boston crowd, not much to cheer about so far. And Wright looks in and fires. There's a ground ball to second. Carlisle has it to Leonard, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. A 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the 7th. The 1943 Homestead Grays, 4. And the 1913 Boston Red Sox, 1. The Grays will send up Bankhead, probably right, and then the top of the order. Right-handed pitching, Smokey Joe Wood on the mound in relief for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Bankhead. Very low and inside, ball 4. Bankhead takes first base. Nobody out. And the pitcher spot due up. Wright will bat for himself, probably up here to sacrifice. Bankhead is a threat to steal if he can get a good lead. But remember, they've already tried to run on Kerrigan once, and it didn't work out too well. We'll see what happens. Bankhead held by Engel. Here's the pitch. He squares the bunt. Back to the box. Miller's got it. Over to Engel. 1 away. Bankhead goes down to second base. They've got a runner on second now. 1 out. Ball just died about 15 feet down the first baseline. Wood from the stretch. Here's the pitch. High fly ball to right field, playable. Lewis is underneath it. He's got it. And 2 men are down. Batter will be Matthew Carlisle. 1 for 2 with a walk. On deck is Josh Gibson. Buck Leonard in the hole. Wood rocks and throws. Ball hit out to left field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. And Bankhead will have to stop at third, though. First and third now, with Josh Gibson stepping to the plate, trying to put this one out of reach. Gibson is 2 for 3 today. Single, a triple, he struck out, and he's been picked off of third. 1 out. Wood looks in. It's in the stretch. He rocks and throws. Did he go? Yes! Called strike 3. Gibson tried to hold up on the outside corner, but they said he went around, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left on. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Grays lead it 4-1. For the Red Sox, it'll be Kerrigan, Wagner, and the pitcher's spot. Kerrigan has struck out twice. Right. Who said these guys couldn't pitch? It wasn't me. Well, folks, it's stretch time here in Boston. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. and Mrs. Myers for putting me up last night and also helping me navigate through the maze, which is Boston, a beautiful city. Have you ever wondered why they call it Fenway Park? Well, this area was built on an area of land known as the Fens, which is one of the 4 types of wetlands. The other 3 are marshes, swamps, and bogs. A fen has a water chemistry. It's pH neutral, which is alkaline. And in researching this, I was amazed at how often the terms wetland, bogs, and alkaline kept coming up. And players who had played at least 1 second in this ballpark, John Wetland, Wade Boggs, and Al Kaline. Baseball is life. Wright looks in. Here's the pitch to Kerrigan. There's a bounding ball to short. Over to first, 1 away. You can sense a certain amount of consternation creeping in on the Boston faithful now. 8 outs to go. Heine Wagner steps in. He's over 2. And here's the pitch to Wagner. There's a ground ball to third. Easterling to first. 2 away. Pinch hitting now for the Red Sox will be Pinch Thomas, appropriately named. Maybe he made a career out of pinch hitting. I don't know how he got the name. 286 and 6, 257 and 26. Shows what happens when you go from the dead ball to the live ball era. And here's the pitch to Thomas. Belted up the middle, base hit. Thomas pulls into first base with a single. 2 men are down. And we go to the top of the order with Clyde Ingle. Wright can just get through this lead of the order one more time. It's home free. Engel 0 for 2 with a walk. Thomas, small lead from first. Here's the pitch. Call strike 3. Check swing, call strike 3. And the side retires. For the Sox, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 8th. Pitching for the Sox will be right-handed pitcher Charlie Hall. 28 years old, 5 and 4 on the year, 4 over 4 strikeouts and base on balls per 9. At a 3.43 ERA, neutralized to a 5.01 ERA. He'll face the 4, 5, and 6 spots, Leonard Easterling and Cool Papa. Here's the pitch clock. Leonard swung on and missed, strike 3, 1 away. Easterling batting now. Easterling is 1 for 3. He singled in the first. Batting from the left side. Here's the pitch. Low. Grounded to shortstop though. Wagner to first. And 2 men are down. And James Cool Papa Bell comes up batting from the left side. Here's the pitch to Bell. High pop fly to right center field. And the center fielder Speaker comes over and makes the catch. And the side retires. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Homestead Grays 4. And the Boston Red Sox 1. For the Sox, it'll be Gardner, Hooper, Tris Speaker. Wright looks in. There's the pitch to Gardner. There's a drive out to left field. It is caught by Benjamin. A nice running catch by Benjamin out in left field. 1 away. Sox down to their final 5 outs. Wright looks into Gibson, and here's the pitch to Hooper. There's a deep drive to right field. Bankhead's going back. It's off the wall. He's going to be in there for at least 2. Slides in safely. Harry Hooper with a bullet off the wall in right field. Bankhead played the carom, barehanded it, and fired a shot back into second base. Maybe the Sox can get something brewing now. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. Runner on second. And the batter will be Tris Speaker. Speaker is 0 for 2 with a walk. Right. Not overly concerned with Hooper on second. And here's the pitch to Speaker. There's a deep drive to right field. That one is off the wall again. Bankhead's got it. Hooper comes around to score. And Tris Speaker slides into second base. He didn't have to. He's got a double, a 4-2 ball game. And now things are getting interesting. Very interesting. With back-to-back doubles by the Red Sox. And that's going to be all for John Wright. The Braves will bring in left-handed pitcher Charlie Shields. Face the right-handed batting Lewis. Batters only hit 195 against Shields. He had an ERA of 2.76, normalized to 4.67. 3 wins and no losses. Just 21 years old, coming into a very pressure-packed situation here. 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the 8th. Shields checks on Speaker. Here's the pitch. Oh, they called that a ball. Lewis goes down to first, and 2 runners are on now. Speaker on second. Lewis on first. And the batter will be Steve. I don't like your driving. Give me your keys. And young Charlie Shields rocks and throws. Steer right 3 called. 2 men are down. You talk about a country hardball. That was all biscuits and gravy. And it all comes down to Bill Kerrigan. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. 2 on and 2 out, last of the 8th. Homestead Grays lead it 4-2. Shields delivers to Kerrigan. There's a fly ball out to center field. Bell makes the catch. and the side is retired. Charlie Shields comes in and puts out the Flames. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. And we go to the top of the 9th with the Homestead Grays still leading 4-2. For the Grays, it'll be Wilson, Bankhead, and the pitcher's spot. Left-handed batting Judd Wilson is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 2 Charlies battling at it in the late innings. Charlie Hall on the mound for the Red Sox. Charlie Shields on the mound for the Homestead Grays. Here's the pitch to Judd Wilson. It's a bounding ball to short. Scooped up by Wagner. Throws the first in time. 1 away. I don't think we've had any double plays today. With Wilson retired, here's Sam Bankhead. Bankhead is 1 for 2 with a walk. And here's the pitch to Bankhead. Swung on, also grounded to short, scooped up nicely. 6-3, 2 away. Charlie Shields will bat for himself. Pretty good hitter, bats around 200. Here's the pitch to Shields with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. And the side retires. 1-2-3 inning, we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Sox will send up Heine Wagner, then a pinch hitter, and then the top of the order. Left-handed Charlie Shields trying to take it all in now. He's ready. And here's the pitch to Wagner. Ground ball to shortstop. First, 1 away. The Red Sox will send up the right-handed batting Hick Caddy. 250 and 0. And equates to 225 and 0. Caddy, 27 years old. 2 outs to go. Here's the pitch to Caddy. Pops him up behind the plate. Gibson. He's got room. And he makes the catch. 2 men are down. And the Sox are down to their final out. It will be leadoff batter Clyde Engel, who is 0 for 3 with a walk. Charlie Shields, the young left-hander on the mound, trying to make history. The left-handed throwing fireballer on the cusp of victory. Only Engel to get through. Bases are clear. Gardner on deck, Harry Hooper in the hole. Here's the pitch from Charlie Shields. Swung on. There's a drive to left field. A line drive, and Benjamin right there. He has got it, and this one is over. The Homestead Grays have won the first Laws of Time all-time tournament game here in 1913 at Fenway Park in Boston, and the fans graciously are giving them an applause. Didn't work out the way they wanted it to. It certainly surprised me. I had no idea this was going to happen. The Homestead Grays from 1943, one of the most prolific offenses in the history of mankind, have come in here to Boston and pulled off the upset. Look at some of these normalized ERAs that did not get in the game for the Grays. 6.70, 7.73, 7.24, 20.56, 21.51. They were able to escape and move on to the next round. So what do I know? Who knows? Well, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And we'll be back next time for round 2, as it gets twice as tough. Yeah, looks like we'll give our player of the game ball to John Wright. Starting pitcher, 7 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He struck out 3 and walked 2. And for visiting Homestead Grays, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on. For the Red Sox, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 8 runners left on. Well, folks, I've been sitting here doing some ciphering. Ted Williams was the last man to bat 400. He batted 406 in 1941. This 1943 Josh Gibson batted 486 with 181 at-bats. In order for Gibson to bat 400 with the same number of at-bats as Ted Williams had, Gibson would have to bat 348 the remainder of the season. Josh Gibson's lifetime batting average was 350. Therefore, the case can be made that Josh Gibson was the last 400 hitter. Just throwing that out there. On tap, the Los Angeles Dodgers from 2013 traveled to 1964 to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Good night, everybody.